welcome back to another warm-up show with the hockey coach guru, Coach Francis, directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to find our co-host. Mr. ENORTAP is in the house today.
Hello, Coach. Happy Friday to all of Hockey Nation. Thanks for joining us.
Happy Friday. It's May 6th, 2022. 4 more games to tonight. Very important game. 6 series, Mr. ENORTAP, at 1-1 and 2 series at 2-0. Will be interesting to see that. So when you see a lot of series like 1-1, we expect at least, could ever happen, but at least a minimum, maybe 2-3, go all the way to 7 games. I would not be surprised. This could happen that way at the end, but we'll see what's happening. We have a few people in the house already to join us today. We have a Friday fun Friday night, so we're going to talk about a recap quickly about what happened last night, and if we have a time, we're going to catch up with a little bit corner teaching from Coach, and then finally we have also the 4 game of the prediction. And at the same time, tonight we're going to do something special, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to invite people, if they want to send us their prediction for the weekend, they can send it to us tonight, because at the end of the day, it's the same game tomorrow. It's the same game Sunday. So if they want to do it, they can do it a little bit later. We're going to tell them how they have to do it so they can consist to count for the weekend. So we're not going to have 2 leaderboard, everything like that. And so that's happening, Mr. ENORTAP. That's what we have on the program today. We have a few people before we start, Mr. ENORTAP, to welcome. We're not starting with Mr. from Utah, the Los Angeles King, on the ice tonight, and he's going to be ready to watch this game. I'm talking about Mr. Ron with Kings 20.
Hey, Ron. How's it going, buddy?
And we have Andrew Lepage is with us, the insider, the Montreal Canadien for the Hockey Nation Live Show. He's with us tonight. Mr. Andrew, I got your text. We appreciate it. Thanks to send that to us. And we have Mr. Samuel Adias. Mr. Samuel buy all this fun team in NHL. I don't know what's going on, but he looked like he's spent a lot of money the last couple of days. And voila, he's back de retour, directly from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Jake McAnooey, welcome back.
Hey, James.
And from the north, upstate north in New York, I'm talking about Mr. Jose Duarte. Welcome back.
Hey, Jose. Welcome, buddy.
And from Finland, the insider of the Hockey Nation Live Show, Mr. Jarmo Virtanen.
Moi, Jarmo.
Et nous avons aujourd'hui la chance d'avoir monsieur le jeune commentateur des Canadiens de Montréal. Welcome back, le jeune commentateur, Mr. Hello Coach. Welcome, jeune commentateur. I don't know say it in French and English anymore. I messed up that one for sure, but it's all right.
Welcome.
I'm sure you understood whatever I said. And everything is big over there, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm talking about the number 1 fence on the New Jersey Devils, Mr. Joseph LANHAM.
Hey, Joseph. Welcome. You're bigger.
I don't know. I'm going to talk about this later. And she's back tonight in the house, Miss Kelly.
The one and only. Welcome, Kelly.
Et nous avons le plaisir de le revoir avec nous ce soir. Welcome back dans la maison du Hockey Nation Live Show. Welcome back in the house, Denis Rodrigue. Welcome, Tampa in 5.
Welcome.
And I'm doing good. Here we go. Looking great over there. Kelly. Jarmo. Maroon Peter will smile, but because Simon Clifford out of the lineup. And then we have a breaking news for Jarmo. The NHL Jets signed a 22-year-old UFA, the goaltender Oskari Ezalminen, 2 years contract. Here we go. That's a good deal about this, Jarmo. Then we have play amazing season final for Joe Cook, where Ali O'Kinnon is the coach. Byfield out, and Kubari is in for the Los Angeles King. Mr. ENORTAP, you can take this on your note. That's confirmed by Mr. Yamo about this. So don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. And that'd be great about that. Maybe, Mr. ENORTAP, before we talk a little bit about recap everything, we have to go maybe at the leaderboard.
I think so. It's always a good idea.
I think we go to get there. And we
jailbirds
have right here, Mr. ENORTAP, a couple of people. We have we need to find a song. I'm coming to find a song in my mind at some point where the people, we have a jail, but we need to find a party boss, someone does something great. And yesterday we had a couple of people, 4-0 last night. Ron with Kings 20 and François Pitre. Both of them are 4-0 yesterday. Congratulations about that one over there. And we have a lot of people at 3-1. Of course, Dallas lost yesterday. That's struggle for some people. Some are 2-2. And unfortunately, we have some people out 1-3. And maybe you have sometime we still on conversation right now. Possible some people go to jail today. But we'll go to reconfirm this a little bit later. But the leaderboard is closer like never, Mr. ENORTAP, because now we have 2 people at 11-5, following a lot of people at 10-6, many at 9-7, and then the rest of the leaderboard are 7, 8-8. We have only one 8-8. Richard Mullen, he said, you know what, I love to play for 500. That's better way. And then we have a few at 7-9, but that's the leaderboard, Mr. ENORTAP. Of the Hockey Nation Live show at that moment. So, any comment to say about that?
Yeah, don't forget to send them in for this weekend.
Yeah.
We want to keep this as thorough as possible.
Yep. So you can do this way tonight with us, by the way. But that coming from a Red Zone dinner when I'm sitting with my mom, she likes listening to you, analyzing the team, Kelly said. So you see, you have some fans all around the world, Mr. ENORTAP, about that.
Thanks, Kelly.
Boombox. About that one there. What's up, Mr. Blackhawks fan 97? Congratulations last night. You have yesterday Blackhawks at 3-1. Again, Mr. Blackhawk, you're hanging there, second position in the leaderboard. So congratulations. This Calgary series is going to be best defensive play. About that one over there. If we have the time, I'm going to teach you why that series is that way the next couple of minutes. And we have Mr. John Grega back in the house.
Hey, Grega. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, Mr. John Grega is with us. He's waiting for his Boston Bruins start to play in the next hour, less than 1 hour. Again, the Carolina Hurricane will be interesting if they're going to do, how they're going to do that for sure, Mr. ENORTAP. Mr. ENORTAP, maybe we can come back here. I don't know what I have here. This is a 4-game, but we're not going to talk about the prediction of the game right now, but we talk about maybe recap what happening last night. That time you do this, I'm going to do other complete something to do. So what you think happening the first game last night? It was honestly the York Rangers versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. What do you think about this game?
Well, again, Coach, we saw that the fresh legs after that long overtime first game really helped the younger team, which was the Rangers in this case. It's to me, it's right now. I think the Rangers have to put it in a different gear. I know the score shows like it was a comfortable game, but it really wasn't when you think about it. You look at Domingue; he had 40 saves last night. He was really one of the reasons why Pittsburgh was even in the game. But then on the other end, you had Shesterkin, who had 41 saves, or 41 shots, 39 saves. And he's really been the difference. And my fear is you can't just rely on your goalie. I know the goalie's the biggest part of the team, and it's what gets you, especially in close series, it gets you, steals a game for you or two. You have to get your act together as well. And I don't think the Rangers, up until this point, have shown what they're really capable of. I think they got to get a little bit more balanced scoring. I think they need to head to the net a little bit more. They haven't really created much of a log jam in front of the net. And Pittsburgh, same thing applies to them. I fear that they're going to run out of gas at some point. They definitely capitalized the first game in that overtime. Now they go home. We'll see what they can do there. They're usually better at home. But I fear they're an older team and that'll catch up to them at some point.
Yep, you're absolutely right about this. Now this Smith is out for the playoff, by the way. Like you said.
He had surgery. Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting how they're going to act. But probably the Pittsburgh right now, what I can see the last two games, although the fact the first line, Crosby, Guenzel, and they don't have enough support after that.
That's right.
And that's going to hurt them against the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going to take that series because of that situation over there. I don't see anything else. And then a factor nobody talk because they miss Jarry and everything. They miss Dumoulin. Dumoulin, he bring a lot on the table. He's not like guys score like Letang, but he stabilize the first pairing defenseman over there. And I think that's an element they're missing the Pittsburgh a long term. So it is what it is, right? New York, you have to consider what they are doing, and until you have Chesterkin, I think New York, we know what they can do. So expect a good weekend for the Rangers during this weekend for sure. We have a few people before you move up to the next thing, Mr. UNOTAP, and we have Double D is back in the house.
Hey, Double D. Welcome.
We have the Scout. The Scout is back with us, Alexandre.
Welcome, Alex.
He's back with us. I'm talking about Mr. Butterbean Danny T.
Welcome, Danny.
That's all about.
The intro.
There we go. Coach, I only lost one game last night. I have 3-1. I have to call DUARTE verification, Mr. Danny. I will let you know the next couple of minutes. The other time we will talk about the second game, the Panthers versus the Washington Capitals. Mr. UNOTAP, let me call DUARTE verification and tell me what's happening.
Well, again, with the Washington Florida series, with Washington, you can see the absence of Wilson. Call him what you want. But this guy brings a lot to the table. He's a physical player. He can chip in with goals at time to time, at critical times as well. He tends to get under the skin of players. Without him there, it makes it a lot more difficult for Washington to achieve their goal. On Florida side, however, even though they had, again, it's almost going to sound like a broken record with the Rangers. Even though Florida won this game handily, 5-1, I don't think the score really dictates the game. I don't see much organization to Florida's play yet in 2 games. I see a little bit of chaos. I don't understand. I don't understand exactly what the coach is doing in some cases. Like he's got Sherratt now on the third pair, and he's not giving him much time, especially on specialty like penalty killing, and he's not there. He's giving more time to Uyghur, which I don't know if he's doing it out of loyalty because he's been there longer. I don't know. I kind of like the fact that he mixed up the lines a little bit yesterday. And I think in the first period, we immediately saw the effects of it. As soon as you bring Barkov and Huberdeau together, it had an immediate impact. Like within 2 minutes, they scored 2 goals, and I think they were on their way after that. But they're not breaking out of their own zone very quickly. They're making a lot of errant passes. There was a lot of icing yesterday. I couldn't believe the amount of icing that was happening during that game. And I think the game went on way too long. It wasn't very exciting at all. But having said that, if you can come out of this 1-1 and you haven't played nearly anywhere near where you can play, maybe it's a good sign for Florida, but they got to get their act together.
I cannot add more. I don't understand Sheriff's situation. I don't understand why Giroud in the third line.
Giroud's another one, yeah.
And too many icing. It was not very executive of that. Now, they removed Vanecek. I think he gave like 2 of the 5 goals, honestly. But you have to give credit. Huberdeau did a great move on the Barkov, and the stack two between Renard and Lundell was pretty good. The first goal was a funny one because it was a shot for the from Ekblad, and the puck have some ice. It was like a roller coaster goal, like the puck go all the way up, go down completely after he hit the elbow to the players of Washington, then the puck go back up again, and then Vanecek was like, what the heck is that? It's more like, I don't know, but for me, I don't know. That goal, it was more like, remember Pac-Man?
Yeah.
That's why he looked like that puck. He was looking that way. So we'll see what happening about that one there, Mr. UNOTAP. Let's move on to game number 3 last night. Wow. You cannot be more impressed for what Colorado did yesterday. Whatsoever, they went only 2-1 in OT. This game could be like 9-1 easily if it was not Ingram. Miracle after miracle after save after save. But it just McCarr and McKinnon pick the puck. You just want them up all the way in front of the TV, like the move they make. I was impressed by McCarr yesterday. I understand we gave maybe Hosin and Norris, but I cannot remember. I don't know. In my time, at 20 years old, it was more like Ray Bourque, right? You have Langstrom. Langstrom was not a guy carrying the puck like McCarr.
No
you have to go on maybe like Scott Nevenmeyer or Paul Coffey. Maybe more like Paul Coffey is really the time of Paul Coffey, what McCarr was doing before Bobby Orr. I never see, nobody's close like Kel McCarr right now.
No, I would agree 100%. I know he had less points than Yossi this year, and he's probably on a more talented team than Nashville is, so he gets more opportunities offensively. You can make that argument for Yossi, but he's a special breed. They don't make him like Makar. This guy is going to be receiving a lot of Norris trophies going forward. And you're right. Yesterday, they could have, whether they had UC Saros in net or they had Connor Ingram in net. Ingram just stood on his head, 49 saves, 51 shots. You can't ask any more from a guy that was brought in as your third stringer at the very end, and he just stood on his head. It was just a great goal by Makar in overtime, almost at the midway point. Great pass from Devin Tays as well.
Yep, I agree with you about that one there. Yamo said Ingram is in the house. He talked about Brent Leach about that one there. And we have Mr. Dixon is in the house. And with Mr. William McClary is also in the house. William, welcome aboard. Thanks for being a part of the show. Don't forget to click on the likes. And I got a verification from a DeLwitt Smith verification. Mr. Danny, what I have here on this information right here is very clear. Danny picked Pittsburgh 5-2. Pittsburgh lost. Danny picked Florida 7-2. Florida win. Danny picked Colorado 7-3. Danny win. That's game number 2. And then Danny picked Calgary 6-2. Danny lost. That gave me 2-2. So that's what the Smith confirmation, Mr. Danny. At least you told me you pick another team, but that's what I got right now here, Mr. Danny. I don't know.
That's it, Dan. Good try, though.
And then Kelly, Kelly, she typed all the note. She said, Danny, you are 2-2 yesterday.
I say you hired Kelly, not
yesterday 4-0. We have one more game to talk about that. We need to talk about first of all, welcome Mr. François Pitt and GATORS-ROCK. Tim T in the house. I thought Calgary won, Danny. But it's happening, Danny, is when you go to bed before midnight. Now you don't follow what's going on after Mr. ENORTAP, and that's what's happening about this one with that. Not a problem, by the way, Danny. It's all good. You know, it's remind me, Danny, this way, you know. Danny's coming slowly. Exactly. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's happening last night in NHL. And Mr. Talking about ugly, what about the game Calgary versus Dallas, Mr. ENORTAP?
Depends who you ask, Coach. If you ask Dallas fans, they're not going to say it was ugly. If you ask Calgary, they're going to say it's ugly. It's kind of ironic because after the first game, you know, I was saying I like the fact that Calgary can play any kind of game with anybody. They can play a physical game. They can play defensive. They can play run and shoot with you. It doesn't really matter. They can hit. But the more I saw yesterday's game, and it looks like there's a system to the madness with Dallas. And I know all year long we've been saying we don't know what to expect from Dallas. I'll tell you what you can expect. You can expect that they stick to a very defensive-minded system. I think Coach is going to show us now a little bit about the way they approach the defensive strategy and the way offensively they come in. They recycle the puck well. If they can, I think if they can keep Calgary to a low-scoring game, then that gives them the opportunity to steal games. And at the end of the day, this is what they did when they won the Cup a few years ago. Like, we kept discounting them from series to series. Oh, it's just Dallas. Oh, they'll get kicked out next round. And they went right to the finals and ended up winning that year. So I'm not saying that this particular team will do the same thing. As a matter of fact, I don't think they will. But they are a threat for sure.
Definitely. I agree with you about that one there. And talking about this, we're going to take about a few minutes. Guys, I'm going to show to you what he was talking about. We make a plan here where is the Dallas Star and also both teams does one's called a 1-2-2. It's not like the trap. In the past, in the trap, it was more like between the dots. What they do, they try to bring the players where they carry on the pucks to move them to the one area, dumping the puck on one way, and to recover the puck quicker. So if you read this, the F1 pressure, the puck carrier, and for F2, F3, they want to do, they call at the middle, at the down four, they leave the other team to dump the puck because they really control the neutral zone. So they don't give the blue line. We always said if you want to win the game in NHL or any level hockey, you need to win between the two blue lines. So what you do, apply something, you don't give them a transition of the speed of the joint, the rush, everything like that. So what happening, I will give to you some information right there. I'm going to move to videos side, what I got for you guys. And the first thing I'm going to mention to you guys is how they play the 1-2-2. Unfortunately, I cannot stop the video. But look what happening when they carry in the neutral zone. You have no space. The three players for Dallas, you can see they pinch the guy to the board, cap control at the red line. Then you see Pavelski cut the middle. And then the defenseman pick up a Manchepiani. So what happening? They have to dump the puck. Yeah, no, they cannot speed and enter in zone with the puck. So you have to get there, over there. So what happening right there? That's called the first thing you have to do is called like the neutral zone. Now you talk about to recover the puck. And while we do this, I have to move on to my on this one over there. On the next video is this one over there. Now it's retrieving the puck right there. You can see Dallas collapse together and they push the back line, run the puck. But look what happening, rope hands. Boom, reset the puck and look, quick up pass and we out already. Check the pass, hands to Robinson and they are out. One move from Sutter on back line and Eneskin pick up the guy behind the net. The puck ran to hands. That's called hockey. That's coach dream about how to have a team like that. So that's game number 2. Number 3 now is about Calgary. Hannifin's coming to the blue line. What he does, boom. He have to typing. Yeah, have again dumping the puck. And look, Calgary they do. They really solid to puck retrieval, the puck on the defensive zone, and that's how they win the game right now over the Calgary. The Calgary cannot recover the puck after the dumping. We have to be sure when we dump in, we try to get a 50-50 battle. But look what's happening. Chuck Rock, he get beat by Eskinen, but the defensive player for the Dallas recovery puck. 2 more to go. The next one I want to mention to you, it's now the Calgary. Now he changed the directions, coming down, try to cut, but look, the push in front of the net. The Pavelski cover his man over there. Don't give him anything. He cup him at the post. And we ask the defensive, but check the setup of the defenseman. But the other players cover the man. Looks like they have a box. It's called a box +1. And you can see, go to see again the box. Watch the box in the front net. Right there. 4 players, Dallas, cut the front. Any red other jersey cannot do anything for the rebound. And the last video I want to mention to you is this one over there. Now is a Dallas coming down. The Calgary try to get a puck around. Again, Calgary try to get, but the pressure of the forecheck of Dallas complicate the Calgary to get out. And that's why right now Dallas have a better success against the Calgary at that moment. Calgary cannot do anything by the pressure of what Dallas bring on the table, and that's what we ask you teammate about that. So, Mr. Untitled, I was just want to sharing with you
that's
couple
very
of things about this.
Coach.
I don't know if you have want to say something about that.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask you a question actually, because to me it looks like it's not just a zone coverage by Dallas. It seems like it starts off as a zone, and then as soon as that first pass is made, it becomes almost a man-to-man, like a defenseman or a forward attacks the puck, right? So my question to you was, how does Calgary break that?
To go in the middle. So what you bring the carry on the puck's coming, right? And now we have 2 options right there. You try to go 2 things. You can cut in the middle of the box to create some confusion. Right? If the forward F2 for Dallas is coming with a guy in the middle, now you have to go with far side. So you have to carry on the puck to far side and not dumping the puck over there. So when you go out with an exit carry on the puck, we want to be sure that the winger stay on the board completely over there. So if he's dumping on that side, but he's follow the play all the way. So the F2 get out of the zone have the most to be at the same equal like the carry on the puck. If it's behind, it will never have a chance to catching the puck. So what you did right, they did yesterday, they dumped the puck, you have nobody there because the F2. And what happening, the pressure of Dallas pushed now the Calgary to bring the dumping the puck quicker. So the little readjustment for there, I would say to you also, don't go out from the board. Try to go to the middle. Now that we change the perspective to kick out the puck and passing on the board, it's called an expression hockey, it's called kick out. And now you have 2 options, A or B. And now Dallas, we have to play a game of where we're going now, what we have to do. So they open up more. And that's how you go to get success. Because if you bring the guy on the board with a puck, you just shut down that area over there. And they not open up. If you want to open up, go in the middle, bring your 2 forward with you, and now Dallas have to do right now, it cannot collapse. They have to open up. And that's with the guy jumping the F3 behind the F2. He cannot go nowhere because if you go behind F2, now they pass to the F3 for the Calgary. So it's a game of the tic-tac-toe, right? It's the game to the moving left and right. So that's what we try to explain to that.
Yeah, for sure. Thank
Thank you so much for the question. We have a couple of things, and then I'll mention to you, you have 3 goals in this series.
That's it. I know.
1 goal, 5 versus 5. 1 goal, 5 versus 4. And 1 goal and open them.
That's right.
So that's what happened about. Hey, Luciano, Mr. Luciano Graziano back in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Oui,
Coach, we have a question for Francois. I think Calgary has one weakness is Coach Schroeder inability to turn his team playing style. They should try to play more offensive and go for the middle, like you just said. Yes, this is something they have to open up more on that one over there. And right now, the Calgary, the Dallas respond very well. So they did some adjustment for right now for that part over there. So like you said, you have to go to from the middle for sure. About that one over there.
The key thing I think also, Coach, is once that puck goes to the middle, that puck has to leave the centerman's stick right away. Question is, does Calgary have speedy enough wingers to accommodate for that?
The speed is very important at that moment. So Manchester PIERRE would be the one over there. My only concern since the beginning of playoff, I took some information about. Remember at the beginning of the show, the beginning Monday, I said some player cannot perform during the playoff. That's right. Gaudreau never performed because he's small, and when he becomes physicality. The second thing, what he heard the Calgary Flame for me is Matthew Tkachuk. What he's doing right now, he tried to do too much, and he's losing his game like Marchand does with the Boston Bruins. So they try to go everywhere and just be a more patient game at that moment. Be patient and shoot the puck more. And that will be the offensive because you cannot win those games with 20 shots, 22 shots per game for Calgary at that moment. We have Mr. Thomas Cook is in the house. Welcome aboard, Mr. Thomas Cook. Hey, congratulations for your Panthers. Mr. ENORTAP, it's time to jump in right away here. But we cannot go there, Mr. ENORTAP. Right now, we cannot because I don't know if you knew the news last night, but we got a phone call from there. It's happened. We have 2 new people, Roger and Danny, are on the SWAT team right now. They are coming and they're going to pick up. They have to go to Texas first of all. Joseph LANHAM and Brendan W. Stay aware. No. You're going to have some people go to knock your door the next 15 minutes. Get your luggage. You're going to be there for about the next 24 hours in the jail. And that's happening with 1 and 3 yesterday. Joseph and Brendan W. Again, Roger and Danny are ready to pick you up. Be ready again. And the jail was empty for the last 24 hours, Mr. ENORTAP. So now we have to set up them. They're going to be great, comfortable for the next 24 hours. And that's happening.
And Joseph, unlike Texas, these jail cells are not as big as you think.
Yep. So that's happening about this one, Mr. ENORTAP. So I just want to share it with you. And then we're going to see Monday who is going to be in the jail for sure. But until then, Mr. ENORTAP, we have to go back on the 4 prediction of the game tonight. We'll see what's happening. Some players in the sport are not good in postseason because they're pretty sure. Terry, welcome aboard, Mr. Terry. By the way, thanks to join part of this. We missed your comments. We apologize. You have to have your right to be silent and predict the right score. Exactly, Yamo. That's the way to do this. About that, Coach, can it be the jail moderator?
I like that,
Luciano. Thomas 4, Tampa Bay, and Toronto 2. I'm sure I'll be there again soon, Joseph. About that. Oh, by the way, Mr. ENORTAP, I know it's not pretty. I use all the kind of stuff like that, but we have the leaderboard on the people at the jail. Joseph, Brendan, Kelly, Luciano, Yamo, Noner, ENORTAP, Andrew, and Richard Molin. You are on the leaderboard for the jail. We calculate everything, and I'll be careful because it's not going to be great if you're on the leaderboard for the jail, by the way. So be careful when you pick tonight about that. And
Yeah,
Francois
for
said,
sure.
I hope I don't go from 4-0 to, to 0-4 tonight. That'll be interesting. And Mr. Pierre Martin back in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, we have only, we have 28 likes. That's good. And that's it. It's time for me to Brendan.
That's all.
Brendan is still before he leave for the jail. He pick up already. He gave us our first pick of the night.
Why not?
He said, "I don't take a chance tonight. I'm going with the right team."
Oh, well. Okay, so let's start with our first game tonight, Carolina and Boston. As you can see there, Kochetkov against Swayman. Um, for Boston, why not bring in Swayman? Actually, as much as Allmark was good during the regular season, I thought Swayman was probably their better goaltender. I was kind of surprised that Allmark started off the series, but I mean he's not to blame. But I think they have to do something different, and hopefully Swayman can do something for them. The Hurricane have delivered dominating efforts against Boston all season. Carolina has won all 5 regular season and playoff meetings to date, and they've done so with a combined score of 26-4. Okay, that's quite amazing. And now they have this commanding 2-0 lead. They're going into Boston. It's going to be a hostile environment for sure. On Wednesday's 5-2 win, Carolina had 3 5-on-3 advantages and scored 2 power play goals. So that tells you a lot as well in terms of what Boston cannot do. And they cannot get into situations where they give Carolina power play after power play, especially 5-on-3s. The Bruins, they'll look to change the tone of the series at home ice, although they haven't been able to match Carolina's unrelenting speed so far, and they've lost their composure plenty of times in both games. So they have to be very careful not to follow that pattern. Like, history really is on the Hurricane side, because teams that take a 2-0 lead in a best of 7 hold an all-time series record of 337-52, which is an 87% conversion there. So they're definitely in the driver's seat right now. Carolina have won 5 of their previous 6 series in which they have led 2-0. The physicality of Game 2 led to key players on both sides leaving with injuries. For Carolina, Ranta, we know the situation there with the upper body. He collided with Pasternak midway through the first period. I don't think that was intentional with Pasternak, but nevertheless, I don't think they go out of their way to get to avoid the situation either. Ranta was bloodied up a bit, and he immediately left. Although he didn't enter concussion protocol at all, and was in good spirits after the game. So I don't anticipate any severe problem there. The Bruins, Lindholm was not doing well after taking a hard hit along the boards from Svechnikov in the second period. And last I heard, he will not be playing in Game 3. The rookie goalie, Kochetkov, he stopped 30 shots to win his postseason debut for Carolina. Swayman, we mentioned, is going to be starting for Boston. I think just the fact that they're on home ice, I'm going to take the Bruins to win this game by a score of 3-2.
I go with Carolina. I select your score, but I did not go with Boston for you. I was select your Carolina, but you surprised me a little bit. I know you're going to win. Maybe one game is tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
So I will give I will give it to you. This one, I just said, it's Friday, so why not to you? So.
Are we
We
going to
have
do
a
the
few
same
people
thing?
to welcome. Pierre Martin is back with us, and also Andy Kuivula, welcome back also with us. Don't forget to click on the likes, and that'd be great. And that's what we at that moment. LANHAM is out, by the way, Pariamo, and that's pretty much what we have to tell you. And don't leave the building, guys, because after this 4 game, we're going to give you another option to select your game for the weekend. We're going to tell you how we do this. And so if you want to participate for the weekend, you can give it to us. Your score is going to be the same thing what we're doing right now, but I'm going to tell you how you can do that. So don't go nowhere. That's
Okay,
it.
our second game tonight, Toronto Maple Leafs and Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning grabbed home ice advantage in their first round playoff series, but the Leafs could have the momentum entering Game 3 at Tampa tonight. A 5-3 victory on Wednesday night gave the Lightning a split of the opening 2 games in Toronto. 3 of the next 5 games as needed are scheduled now to be played in Tampa. So from a home ice advantage, definitely Tampa's got the upper hand there. The Leafs, they aren't down, and they have kept the focus on. I don't know how to put this really. Like they have kept the focus on scoring twice late in the third period on Wednesday, and maybe that's a bit of a positive. I'm not sure if it's really on Toronto or that's on Tampa Bay because they felt a little bit comfortable with that 5-1 lead at the time. But either way, the Leafs have to play a better game. I think maybe the word is smarter. They have to play a smarter game. They cannot get into penalty situations and give the Lightning opportunity after opportunity because sooner or later they do capitalize. They didn't in the first game where they went 0 for 5, but on Wednesday they did. They were 3 for 7 with the man advantage, and also they were 4 for 4 on the penalty kills, and that to me was really the difference in the game. I think Tampa Bay played a smarter game than Toronto did. Now I do understand that they're sitting Simmons tonight, um, uh, which is a good idea. I don't think that they need to have both Clifford and him out there. Uh, I'm kind of shocked that Toronto in this series has not. I mean, they are today, but I was kind of shocked that they didn't have Spezza into the lineup a lot earlier. And I realized that he doesn't offer the physicality maybe that some of the other players do, but you know what? He does take the body. I like that a lot. I think you have an experienced veteran, and more importantly, like this guy loves to play for the Leafs, and he is excellent at the faceoff dot. Like possession is a big part of the game, and why the Keefe didn't bring him in the other 2 games is kind of beyond me. But I'm glad that he's put him in tonight. Um, Ultimately, I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but because I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win this game, Coach, 4-3.
Um, what you said again? Can you tell a little bit
Ta-
louder? I cannot understand what you just said.
Tampa Bay,
Oh,
4-3.
Tampa Bay. Is it confirmed now? You took Tampa Bay?
Yes, I did.
What is the score?
4-3.
All right.
I think the Leafs will bounce back in Game 4, but I think tonight.
So what is my team tonight?
Oh, you're going Tampa Bay, 100%. No
We want to
comment.
welcome Mr. Alan Vaillancourt. Welcome aboard. Oh, by the way,
Welcome, yeah.
Mr. ENORTAP, at the end of
Yeah.
the show, we have a special prediction for the weekend. Don't go nowhere.
Okay, gotcha. Our next game we have Minnesota and St. Louis. You know, say what you want about these two teams. They couldn't be more evenly matched in my eyes. The Blues could face a defensive crisis when they continue their playoff series against the Wild tonight on home ice. The Blues are dealing right now with multiple issues on their blue line. Marco Scandella missed the first two games of the series with a lower body injury, and Scott Perunovich has not appeared in a game since January when he had wrist surgery. Also, Nick Leddy suffered an upper body injury Monday after absorbing a hard check into the boards. Robert Bertuzzo left game two after blocking a shot with the side of his head during the Wild 6-2 victory on Wednesday. Now, Nico Mikola moved into the starting lineup with Scandella out, and Callie Rosen, I believe played for the Leafs at one point, joined the lineup in game two to replace Leddy. So that's the only area really of concern for me with St. Louis. Otherwise, they've been playing a very good uh, game series so far. And now, with the series tied 1-1, the Blues recalled Steven Santilli from Springfield of the AHL for Game 3 tonight. The team didn't practice yesterday, but both Scandella and Perunovich took the ice for some individual work. Berube didn't really give or offer an update on Scandella, Leddy, or Bertuzzo when he met with the media and the reporters afterwards. So that's really last minute. I don't know if maybe Yarmo heard anything different to that. The Blues are going to face a big challenge in Game 3 after the Wild got their offense rolling in Game 2. Minnesota converted 2 of 3 power play opportunities, and they exploited St. Louis turnovers with their even strength forechecking. And needless to say, we saw Kirill Kaprizov lead the charge, scoring the 3 goals in that game. With the series now shifting back to St. Louis, the Blues have the opportunity to match lines, which I think is going to be very important here because they could put their best defensive pairings against Kaprizov and his line mates there. But I like the fact for Minnesota that they have Zuccarello that's been back, and you can see between the two of them, they're both very creative forwards that make things happen, and you can't overcommit on one and leave the other one open because they will hurt you. The Wild, they went 4 for 5 with their penalty kill Wednesday, and they blocked 20 shots overall while maintaining control of that second game. But I think it'll be a different story in St. Louis. I'm going to take St. Louis to win this at home 4-2. And we will see a tie up in the series on Sunday night.
You cannot tell me I don't know you.
Yeah. Well, clearly not. You gave me Boston. And the last game of the night, Edmonton and LA. Whether their game 2 loss came via overtime or in a whitewash, the Kings, they head home tonight for a home clash with the Oilers. This time on their turf, which is, believe it or not, I think will make a big difference because now they're able to line match a little bit better and put guys like they know on their big line of McDavid. But I like that Woodcroft has kept both Draisaitl and McDavid on separate lines because it makes it harder to cover those two big boys. Though the series now is evened up, the Kings were manhandled basically from start to finish in that loss on Wednesday. The biggest difference so far through the 2 games has been the special teams and the battle that's been going on. Edmonton has scored multiple special team goals in both games with a power play that's right now it's clicking at 50%. they've gone 4 for 8, and a penalty kill that's snuffed out all of 8 opportunities, man advantage opportunities that the Kings have had so far. And actually, they even allowed a shorthanded goal on top of that. So I think that that's why we saw quite a difference between game 1 and game 2. That said, the Kings believe that they can regain control next time they hit the ice, which is tonight. I would say that the Oilers have momentum from the last game, but like I said, the Kings have last change, and they're able to match up lines and players a little bit better. One element, I think, like if we look at Edmonton very quickly, one element the Oilers have surprised with has been their physical play. Certainly, it's not unusual to see guys like Nurse or Archibald or Cashin obviously throwing their weight around, but we're also seeing Connor McDavid, taking the man and completing his checks. He's gotten involved, and that's a credit to him, because it shows his focus, that he's in the game and that he's not afraid of getting hit back. As of Thursday, there was no word whether the Kings would have their 20-goal scorer Victor Arvidsson back in the lineup. He missed both of the previous 2 games because of an undisclosed injury. I think LA is going to put up a great battle in this game. They might even have the lead going late into the game, but I think Edmonton will tie it and then win it in overtime by a score 3-2.
Which team?
Edmonton Oilers.
Oh, I took for you Los Angeles. 3-2.
Yeah.
I said 4-2 on internet. So it was your pick about that overtime one over there. Mr. Allen, if you want to give us your score, that'd be great. Kelly, she said 4-3. What is your...
I have 23.
21.
21. Okay.
Yep. Pierre-Martin said 4-1. Pierre-Martin said total 20. Awesome. And Mr. Untitled, we have to go back to the door here, and I cut only 1 point, if I can recall it.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep. I go with Edmonton, Edmund, D'Angelo, McDavid, Tressalol, and Kucherov.
Okay, and I'll go with Tampa Bay.
Yep.
McAvoy, and I'm going to reach and go out for Bouchard this time. Kane, Kaprizov, and Perron.
Awesome. That's a way to do that. Kelly said she go with Kaprizov, Mr. ENORTAP. She just listened to you.
Atta girl. Way to go, Kelly.
She listened to you a lot. That's good news about that. But we're not done, guys. So what happening? We still have a couple more minutes to go. But what we want to do, guys, we have a special request, Mr. ENORTAP. And that's called the free pass gel, Mr. ENORTAP. I don't know if you heard about that before.
A free get out of jail?
Yes. So how you going to do this? But you have to give us the winner of the Derby, Kentucky Derby this weekend. So we know we have a lot of people love the Derby. So what you have to do, this is the list of the weekend of the Derby people. And I don't know if I can put bigger. Let's try to get this, because if I do this, I expose us out of the picture over there. So we have Happy Jack, Mo Danigal, April Sailor, Summer is Tomorrow, Smile Happy, Macy, Mike Macy may be running this week. We don't know. Ground Pride, Charge Hit, and you can see the follow of the other people. So you have to give us the winner of this. That will give us, you guys, a free pass. If ever you have to go to jail, you cannot go and has not come for the leaderboard, Mr. That. So it's going to be the way for the weekend. So my selection for you, Mr. ENORTAP, you have to tell us who is going to win the Kentucky Derby.
Well, the closest name to ENORTAP is Epic Center, so I'm going to take Epic Center then.
Epic Center is the winner.
I know nothing about horse racing, so
it's all good. It's not about what we know. It's about who you believe he can win. I'm going, ladies and gentlemen, I have to go with Mac Messier. I feel he's the winner. Mac Messier is a great knowledge about the horse. And that's the reason he put the name of Messier on the back of the horse. And it's going to be Messier for me. Coach, he go with Mac Messier. Gonna go with Messier for the Rangers win, Andy. Andy go with Messier. Number 10 for me, Yamo. He go with Zandon.
Number 10, Zandon.
It was my second choice about that one over there. Anybody want to get there? I never went to the jail, Francois Pitt. I'm certainly bound to end up in the same one day. Round with King go with Zandon also. It's an opportunity for everybody, guys, to not go to jail. The second thing I would say to you is you can also Happy Jack for Jose.
Butterbean.
And to me, Butterbean come out, you can express it right out with Macy. Alain Bianco go with Happy Jack. I have few people participate. That's a good thing about that. Kelly go with Zandon.
Kelly's playing it safe.
So that will give us watching the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. So we're going to watch the Kentucky. And then I start Mr. ENORTAP for everybody. If you want to give us right now, tonight, the pick of your weekend, you can pick up. We're going to give you 3 more minutes right now. And you can give us your pick for tomorrow between the Rangers and the Pittsburgh, the Washington, Florida. The only thing I ask you put all your 4 game together and put the letters Saturday. So Saturday, you score only with the name of the team winning. Don't put Florida over Washington. Just put FLA 3-2, everything like that. Put all together. If you want to give us also Sunday, they are the 4 game of tonight. Put the letters Sunday and then put your score. I'm going to wait also there. If you want to give us your fantasy player and your total score, that's no problem. Or the easy way, you can send an email to me directly at coach@coachfrenchy.com, coach@coachfrenchy.com. We continue the leaderboards already weekend, so we don't stop like we do this weekend. It's not matter you are not doing this weekend, you're not going to be behind. It's a winning percentage, so you're not going to be penalized. So don't worry about that one. Yamo is going to send an email. It's just again, is an tomorrow. Yes, sir. Free stuff. Welcome aboard. Francois Pitt said he take a Mo Donegal. Mo, thank you so much, Francois.
Mo Donegal.
Mo, yeah.
Person,
I will send an email, Jake, Mr. Postman, where are you? I got a letters. And that's how it works, everything. Hi, free stuff. Welcome aboard. Thanks you joined us today, Mr. ENORTAP. So that's complete, honestly. Another great show today. Will be interesting. We're going to jump back at 7:30 tonight. And just again, will be in the net tomorrow. Don't worry about this, Kelly. About that one over there.
Oh, for sure, Kelly. He's the best.
One thing I want to pay attention to you, Mr. ENORTAP, is this part. Is Carolina have the easy ride for the Stanley Cup?
They have an easier bracket. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because they take Boston, that will be in 5, and then after that they take Rangers. If it's a Rangers, it's not like Dupi, like really, it's not like Florida Panthers, anything like that. So they are really the easy one more to anything so far. I think that would be something.
The other thing we have to
Pierre
consider
Martin said
is
epicenter.
If Carolina can give Anderson a round or 2 rest, that could mean big things at the end.
I agree with you about that one over there. We do the game tonight, Toronto Maple Leafs. What are you doing tomorrow? We're going to do 2 games tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP. I'm doing the game tomorrow morning at 1 o'clock or 12:30, the Florida Panthers, Washington. And then I'm going to be another game during the day, possible tomorrow night. So that's when I'm going to get there. That's what's happening. Happy Jack Allen is a 31 long shot, but I'm picking him, Alain Vianco. He go with Happy Jack. That's what the reason he go with there. And it would be interesting to see that. Mr. ENORTAP, look like everybody is set up. I think it's time to go. It was a great show tonight, Mr. ENORTAP. We'll see what's happening. And anything you want to add before we go?
Looking forward to a great weekend of hockey. That's
Mr. ENORTAP, you remind me a lot when you pick for the Kentucky Derby. That reminds me this movie.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's why I'm taking right now. That's why you're going to be a Mission Impossible with you pick. We'll see who's going to win this weekend about that one over there. So we wish good luck for everybody. I know who's going to be the right one, who's going to win the Kentucky Derby. I know one of us know about the horse, about the Derby. I know someone hiding about that one over there. Until then, my friend, we want to wish everybody, you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. This, Mr. ENORTAP, was the best week in NHL. The playoff first round, it's all about. It's great to be a part of the show for sure. We thank you for all your insight every single day, Monday to Friday, 6 o'clock p.m. Next time we'll see you will be Monday at 6 o'clock. We're going to recap everything what happened on the weekend. Until then, we wish you an amazing, blessing weekend, everybody. But we want to remind you one more thing. Be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, Mr. ENORTAP. Find a way to dominate what, Mr. ENORTAP?
Year 2022.
Here we go. Have an amazing, great weekend, everybody. Thank you, Mr. ENORTAP.
Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Should I say so? We're just putting on a show. What do I know? I need to open my eyes and get a touch of that reality. Don't want another surprise. I'd rather want you to just let me be. Oh, oh, oh. What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.